All right, this episode is brought to you by the Broglie Box. It is an all-inclusive quarterly subscription box designed to promote optimal mental health and overall wellness. Each beautifully designed box includes full-size curated gift items such as essential oils, stress and anxiety combating tools, coloring therapy books, candles, aromatherapy, journals, calendars, self-help guides, and more. Broglie Box products are sourced from well-known health and wellness brands as well as small independent crafters and artisans. Each box also includes a quarterly issue of Peace of Mind magazine, featuring timely and useful articles, guides, and visual tools from a variety of published psychologists, psychiatrists, and mental health bloggers. Broglie Box is an all-encompassing resource kit for those who need support or want to help someone else. Right now, we're doing a promo code through Broglie Box. If you go to the website, BROGLIEBOX.com, and enter in NERDS10, that's NERDS10, that's going to get you 10% off your first box. And hopefully that'll inspire you to keep the subscription going after you receive your first box. It's a great gift item. It's a great personal health item. Check it out. They've done the research. You can trust them. Everything comes from an accredited source, and it's outlined and designed and laid out perfectly for you to be able to open the box and feel a lot better about yourself right away, whether it's stress, anxiety, any degree of mental health struggle that you're having. The box is designed to help with that and to also give you resources to be able to go learn more and learn more ways to be able to deal with that. So go to BroglieBox.com, enter NERDS10 at checkout for 10% off, and continue to check it out.
It's coffee. It's comics. It's music.
It's Nerds on Coffee.
Bum, bum, bum. Kyle texting. Bum, bum, bum.
Not texting, I'm setting a reminder.
Ooh, setting a reminder for doing the promo for this episode.
Yeah, because I won't do it.
So, something I wanted to talk to when we recorded an episode earlier, but it just wasn't the right time, is how... so, I shave my beard. I do about once every year and a half.
Yeah.
And I do it every year and a half to kind of do like a face mask or two, try to get my pores a little bit better, because when you have a big, thick beard, it's a little bit harder to do that stuff.
That's true.
And then I looked in the mirror, and I realized that the kid looking back at myself without a beard matched up to my voice more than the person with a beard.
That's funny.
And I was like, oh, that's that nasally fuck.
Yeah, I fucking hate not having a beard, man.
I hate being nasally and not having a beard.
I think I've got...
Alexis literally started looking at other apartments. I came home and she was like, who is that? Get out of my house, you stranger.
She's like, we'll stay together through the end of the lease, but I will not respect you.
Oh, that's hilarious. Are we gaining?
It's so good. Never fun.
Is it gaining?
What, gaining what?
Oh, like it's the mic's gaining.
Oh, the mics are fine. That's really funny.
Yeah, so I thought that was an interesting take as to how deep our love actually goes. Mm-hmm. It goes as deep as my beard.
Yeah, I love you more than my least favorite parts of how you look.
Exactly.
I love you even when you look 100% not how I want you to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the best thing in the world. So I think this episode will probably come out after the Broglie Box. So just like a little bit of a recap for those who haven't listened. Make sure you listen to the episode on Broglie Box. We'll make sure that we put the name in the description. So I'm not sure what number it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's a really important episode. We like to joke around a lot. We like to have a lot of fun. But in terms of content that's really meaningful and could change people's lives, that's one of the pillars.
Yeah, it's a mental health episode. It's very important, and I've been wanting to do one for a long time. We took a lot of care into like who we'd want to have on, how we would do it, and like just I don't think it could have gone better.
Julia
was
just a great guest.
She was incredible. So
and it's all full circle because her boyfriend used to be in a band with Logan.
Yeah,
and we all worked with Logan.
Yep.
So really fun.
Yeah, check that episode out.
Have you moving on?
Yeah.
Moving on. Have you watched or seen anything on John Wick 3?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. It looks
Unreal.
really dope. Well, I just watched. Pat was over the other day, and we watched John Wick 2 because he had never seen it.
So good.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is literally the greatest human being ever made.
Oh, there's a subreddit called just Keanu being awesome.
Really?
Yeah, and it's literally just post after post of just him just being his real ass self in real life.
Right, it's crazy when you play two of the most badass characters ever created, and you're more badass than those characters.
Yeah, and I was like, John Wick couldn't be a more perfect role for him to have graduated to from Neo.
Totally.
Like, it makes all the sense in
And
the
he
world.
was amazing in Speed, if you remember
So
Speed.
good. Yeah, Sandra
and,
Bullock.
And The Devil's
Dustin
Advocate.
Hoffman. Oh, yeah. Oh, geez, man. These are great Keanu Reeves roles. You know, and I will say, The Replacements.
Great movie.
It was great. Super funny. Yeah, I'm a big Keanu Reeves fan. I want to meet him. You know, I saw a thing the other day. Someone posted an article or posted a link to a quote that it just said, the headline just said, Keanu Reeves admitted he's actually a pretty lonely guy. And
Really?
everyone was just like, no, I'll be your friend forever. Like, it was.
That's so fascinating.
Yeah.
Do you think he really is?
I think he's transparent enough to be honest about something like that and be like, yeah, I'm actually kind of lonely. Like,
He's not married?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't know if he's ever been married. I don't know a ton about his
Right.
personal life, but
You know who's never been married? That's very sad. That when you hear this, you'll be like, oh, wow. Bill Nye.
oh,
Yeah, really sad. There's a whole documentary done about like the personal sacrifices he made to kind of be the science guy,
yeah.
and it's pretty heartwarming's the wrong word. It's,
Heartbreaking.
yeah, well, it's not breaking. It's
yeah,
like
I know. There's like, what's the in
Yeah,
between
what-
of that?
what,
Yeah.
whatever. that-
Emotional. You can just say emotional.
yeah, it's very
Like,
emotional. It was on PBS, I believe. I'll find it and send you the documentary. But it's called Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
it was amazing.
Yeah, it's really interesting. He actually just came out with his own new podcast. Have you heard about this? Oh, hold on, let me look up the name of it. It's amazing.
I like Bill Nye.
Yeah, it's called hold on, wait. Science Rules with Bill Nye.
Oh, that's a perfect name.
Yeah. So it's great. And he's just charismatic as ever in it. But that was just another one that I realized that hadn't gone for the personal life, because it does take.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been lucky enough to have women in our lives that support the arts that we do, but
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot of people that have to do a lot of sacrifices to take certain positions and be certain ways to get the art and the expressions that they want out.
Yeah, it's tough. Not everybody has someone that's like ultra supportive of what they want to do.
Wow,
It's hard.
you've now become a colored bearded man again.
Yeah, I'm the bearded man of color. Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, if you don't get that reference, fuck you for not listening in order.
That's funny. Wait, did we make that joke on the show?
I hope so.
I don't think we did. I think that was an in-person
No
joke.
way, really?
Yeah, so basically, all right, so unfuck you, defuck you, whatever the vernacular is you're comfortable with. So, like, we were recently in New York, and Matt and I were staying at Matt's dad's. And we, like, the first night, it was late and we were just like tired. I think I took my jacket off. Obviously, those of you who've seen photos of us or know us, like, know what we look like. I'm covered in tattoos. I have 2 full sleeves and, like, I have a lot of very colorful tattoos. I didn't really go the black and white route. But Matt looked at me and, like, obviously we have beards. I have a beard. Matt doesn't have a beard currently, but
It's coming.
it's coming back. And so I think he was just like, yeah, you're just like a very colorful bearded man. And I just dead ass looked at him and said, like, I prefer bearded man of color. And just I'm fully accepted. We're probably the only 2 people who think that's funny. But it was great. It was situational.
I think
humor.
Marshall Ali will think it's funny.
Probably. So yeah. So now you know the context of that joke that we honestly weren't entirely sure that you ever heard. So
Yeah, I guess that was a New York thing. I really thought it was done on air,
because most of everything is, you know.
Yeah. But maybe not. What do you think of the Rocket Man release? Have you heard anything about it?
What do you mean? Like about the movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it. Movie looks good. I like, what's it, Taron Egerton? Is that his name?
I think so, yeah.
I like him. Which I do. I didn't see Bohemian Rhapsody whenever it came
It was
out.
okay.
Yeah, I agree. No, I didn't see it when it came out, but I watched it on a plane recently.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. Like I just
Not the movie of the year.
I was just a little disappointed in it, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like they glossed over a bunch of stuff and then they just, like, kind of over romanticized the musical side of what it was like to be Queen and then just went really heavy into all the aspects of Freddie Mercury that, in my opinion, probably weren't the most dominant ones, you know? And so it's just like, okay, cool. Like, you made, you know, a movie and I watched it and that's what I think about it. So.
There's some movies coming up right now. I want to play a quick game. I'm just going to name 3 of them.
Yeah.
See or not see. Men in Black International.
See, but once it leaves theaters.
Shaft featuring Samuel Jackson.
Definitely gonna go see that in theaters. I'm gonna
Have you seen the previews?
Yeah, I'm gonna give the studio my money directly for that. Because as soon as I saw that was coming out, and I was like, if you think that anyone, first of all, if you think that anyone other than Isaac Hayes can be Shaft, then you're wrong. But also, if you think that Samuel L. Jackson can't be Shaft, you're also wrong. So here we are.
It's literally the only other person.
It's that only other person. Because I was thinking, I was like, who else could be Shaft? We're gonna have to wait.
Wesley Snipes, no.
Nah.
No, but that's the only one that you would think they would maybe try.
He's just, yeah. I don't. He just doesn't have
Sam
that.
Wilson.
He doesn't have that wit about him that Samuel L. Jackson has, because there's like this kind of asshole, snarky air around him that you kind of have to
he's
have.
Iron Man.
Samuel L. Jackson hadn't really gotten that, you know.
Samuel Jackson does.
No, Samuel L. Jackson does. Oh,
Right.
I'm sorry, Wesley Snipes.
The only 2 black
Isaac
guys
Hayes
that
had
I
that.
think could play it but couldn't really play it is Wesley Snipes and the dude that plays Sam Wilson.
Oh, yeah, but they're not old enough. So you
Right,
gotta
but I'm
have
saying,
the
like,
age.
Yeah, but I'm saying like those are the only 2 people that even like could be in the conversation.
Yeah, I guess so.
But it's really just Samuel Jackson.
It's just Samuel L. Jackson, and then we're just done with Shaft. Those are all the Shafts we get, and I'm happy with that. Yeah. So, any more movies?
Yeah. Let me look. Sorry, Alexis just texted me.
No. How dare her?
I told her I was recording, and yet she's still sending me questions. Women.
You gotta cut that nonsense out.
She will. No. She will never listen to
No,
these.
she won't. Absolutely, she
So
will not.
you leave those in.
That I wasn't gonna take them out
I
anyway.
thought you were
Yeah.
being serious about cutting
No.
it.
No, I meant like you with her
Oh.
with the questions. You gotta cut that nonsense out. Your woman does not need access to you, Matthew.
Oh my god. So this is not a TV. Sorry, it's not a movie. It's a TV show that I've heard nothing but amazingness about, but I haven't seen it. Is Chernobyl? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either. I should watch it.
Yeah, it's an HBO special.
Yeah.
But speaking about HBO specials that are coming up, you actually just reminded me. Let me look up the name of this real quick. Because there's actually a really special one that's coming up that I want to talk about. Let me. My dad actually just sent me a email on it. It is called The Cold Blue, and it's actually really kind of special to my heart. So it's about it's about the B-52 bombers in World War II.
Okay.
And my granddad's actually the last living, what they call the tip of the spear bombers. So he led the fleets. And
I didn't know that.
yeah,
That's
so-
awesome.
Yeah, so he's
your dad's dad?
yeah. The one that this tattoo's about.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so he's the last living tip of the spear B-52 bomber. So meaning that
wild.
any fleet that he was with, he would be in front. And that's because the reason that he was in front is because he was one of the only people to have learned radar and be radar certified.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was radar
Interesting.
certified in World War II, which allowed him to kind of
That's
lead the
crazy.
pack. But I mean,
Yeah.
it is crazy though, because like those leaders were a lot of the time shot out
Oh,
of
they're
the
the
air.
most vulnerable.
Most vulnerable.
Yeah.
So I mean, my granddad like freaked out when he heard that this thing was coming out, and I don't think the producers know that there is a living person
Oh,
from those
wow.
fleets. So we've been trying to reach out to HBO
And be like, hey,
yeah, you should interview him.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, because I mean, my granddad is like you can talk about him being the tip of the spear and all that stuff, but
Right.
like the accolades don't lie. He has a Distinguished Flying Cross and a Purple Heart.
That's insane.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, dude, that's great.
Yeah.
Worth talking to.
yeah, no. So
Yeah.
I mean, dude, look at these. I know that my people watching can't see it, but that's my granddad in the middle there.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, and this was him in the newspaper back in the war.
Dude, like, this stash is fucking great.
Yeah, and my granddad had Jerome.
Yeah.
Jerome had a stash.
Dude,
for
that's what's
sure.
up, man.
You know?
Like, well, here's the thing for people listening. It's not a big mustache, but it's a significant mustache because the style is exactly appropriate. Like that's the thing. And so it's like, it's not like a Tom Selleck stash, but it's that one.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah, it's just, that's a stash based on
You know, the
size
bar.
alone.
I went to get it shaved, and the barber had like kind of had some fun. I had a pretty serious stash. I should have kept.
yeah?
I should have kept it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it grew in pretty amazingly.
I've had some okay stashes, but I've never been like a strong mustache person, which is why I always just have a full beard or do like the Frenchman kind of like stash and then like the goatee,
goatee,
underneath. Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
The conquistador.
Yeah, they just don't. They really just don't make men like they used to.
No.
You know, like
Yeah, what the fuck, God?
Yeah, you know, like, and also like as we were just saying, like parents, like fuck you, Susan.
Oh God, yeah.
But no, like my favorite bit is what's his name, Bill Burr, and he talks about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He goes, how many lifetimes would it take you to get famous for lifting weights? Because I lift weights and nobody gives a shit. Get famous for being an action hero, but nobody can understand you. Get down, there's a bomb, get out of here.
Yeah, not a word.
And then marry into that country's royalty when he married the Kennedy.
Yeah.
No fucking way. And then be governor of a state you can't even pronounce.
California. Yeah.
Dude who was hitting nothing but net for 4 decades.
Yeah.
Why didn't he think he could bang his maid in his own bed? That's a layup.
Yeah, right? That is one of my favorite Bill Burr bits too. It can't be more appropriate in terms of just describing and laying everything out. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah, and then he ends up with like, I'm on my 3rd attempt of Rosetta Stone Spanish.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I to that point, like, I think that people are just, I don't want to say that they're different in the sensibility that they're weaker, because I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do think that in this surge and kind of glorification of the digital age, we've lost some of what made us great. And not that there isn't great things about this era. I think that a lot of people have tried to replace the greatness that a human was in the 20s, 30s, and 40s with social media and digital media and just the digital age, rather than having those as their pillars and using it to build on the human complex.
Well, so much of the prowess of an individual is synthesized now. Like what you were saying,
Yes.
it's like people are fabricating a lot of it.
Yes.
It's,
Right. What's that face app?
Oh,
one that-
Facetune. We were
Yes.
talking about. Yeah. You can just like tune your face in an app now. Like you don't even have to know how to use Photoshop. You just go like you just click cheeks and then you
Can I
drag
get
a
a sip?
slider. Yeah. The hype. Is a word. Like there's just people
you ever
don't
watch-
create content. They create hype,
Yes.
which is a problem. I mean,
you have a brand that's worth $1 billion based on hype and Supreme.
exactly.
Have you ever watched the movie Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah.
So you know,
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I've seen
so
it.
there's a scene that I think is very relevant to right now. Is that this? And I don't know if this is relevant, but I'm just gonna say this fatter kid is going after this hotter girl, and
Right.
and they're back in the past. And he goes, "How am I gonna find you? I don't have. What's your phone number?" And she's like, "What's a phone?" And she's like, "Just find me." He's like, "That sounds exhausting."
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene?
Yeah, I do.
So
That's just so perfect.
Right.
That sounds exhausting. That kid was on The Office too.
Oh,
right?
was he?
Yeah.
I don't watch The Office.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, he was in this movie called Sex Drive, which was hilarious.
Really?
Under the radar.
I've seen the previews.
Yeah,
for it.
went under the radar. It's really funny.
Worth it?
Yeah, it's so funny.
But yeah, I think that that's like a motif for today's day and age. Is that like people are?
Oh, that sounds so hard. Yeah, that just sums life up.
Yeah, it is. That's just so hard. Whereas like people just need to put in the work. You know.
Yeah.
Work is it's rewarding from the sense, not the sense of accomplishing something for others, but accomplishing something for yourself.
Well, I completely agree, and I also think that there's something to be said about. More often than not, you learn more from the process than you do from the result.
Oh, 100%.
So, like the fact that people are unwilling to put effort into anything that they're doing or to go through a process, you're really kind of like fucking yourself out of a significant amount of experience that's going to be extremely beneficial for you down the road with anything else that you want to do. You really just like making withdrawals from your future bank account with no money in there already. You know, it's like
100%.
like put in time. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, whatever you're doing,
whatever makes you happy.
Yeah,
You should be putting
Just
time into the craft.
if it's worth being finished, then it's worth putting effort into doing. So why not do it? You're going to have to spend your time doing something anyway. Your life is going to take time anyway. You might as well do something worthwhile that you can feel accomplished in and like have like tangible experience and growth that you've gained through it.
I'm going to be honest, I tuned you out after the word time,
Yeah.
but purposefully, because I think that that's the biggest message to kids these days. And I hate saying it like that because it makes me sound really old, but I think it's really important that people realize that just because social media and the digital happens in a blink of an eye, that doesn't mean that putting time in and letting things manifest is not the only, like, we're still at a point in society where no matter how fast a single task can happen, a goal is going to take a lot of time to achieve.
Exactly.
And I've met a lot of artists who I've worked with and have watched as friends and cheerleaders miss their mark because they don't have patience.
Yeah. Patience is extremely important.
Yeah, I mean, I've had patience for 30 episodes that this would get good.
Right. A lot of people have.
Yeah, I mean,
Just hasn't.
I can't believe that people still care to tune in.
More than before.
And you know when they tune in the most? It's Tuesdays. Which means that they have a shitty Monday and they need to listen to us to have a better week.
Yeah. Data don't lie. Oh, man.
I love that. That should be a phrase, data don't lie.
Let's make Data Don't Lie shirts or hats.
Maybe
I could learn how to speak.
Data don't lie.
You heard it here first. I'm going to do a rush order, and it's going to come out before this episode. It's going to be meta as shit because the first time that we're talking about it is right now. But I'm going to delay the release of this episode so that it comes out, and then you hear the first discussion of it, like a prequel. Great. I'm just going to Star Wars the whole thing. I'm going to start with episode 4. That is the shirt.
DDL.
And then I'll go back. Yeah.
I love that. I love it. DDL sounds great. Data don't lie.
Data don't lie. It's so funny.
But sorry guys, I can't compose myself. All I'm hearing is data don't lie, and then realizing that we're recording on a room with a ukulele, and I'm just cracking up.
Oh man,
is that a ukulele? Is that the right term?
There's a ukulele in that bag, so no, because you didn't know that that's what was in there. Those are mandolins.
Mandalorian?
No, like Boba Fett and Jango
Right
Fett.
there?
Yeah. No, those are mandolins. That one is an acoustic electric. It's called an A-frame or a teardrop. The other one's the same shape, but it's a vintage one from the 60s, and then in the bag is a ukulele.
So it's called a teardrop.
Yeah, or like A-frame or
So
teardrop.
do you only get one when you kill someone?
Yeah. I kill a poor nerdy 9th grader, and I take it from him, and I get the mandolin. I don't know why in this scenario that was my target demographic
Just
who played that instrument.
Yeah, because it's because you hit all the kids off the merry-go-round last episode.
It's like Step Brothers just like going around just decking them all. That's one of the funniest scenes.
And what's sad is that it would still be really funny today, but they would never be allowed to get away with it.
No, not at all.
And so I want to get into that. Do you think that political correctness is actually, in essence, the opposite of political correctness?
I think in practice, sometimes it definitely is. Like, I don't know if it's up to me to say if it is all the time or if it isn't all the time, but I have seen a lot of cases to where it goes counter to what it's actually trying to accomplish. Because at times it can get so restrictive that you're actually prohibiting people from being authentic and free with who they are out of this potential fear that you're going to offend who you think they might be, and I really think that that's what a lot of it has turned into. And like at its core, I think political correctness is, trying to accept people for who they are no matter what and be respectful of them and accepting of any of their choices, regardless of what they are, and being aware that there are certain phrases and sayings and ideas and things that we've done that can be harmful, that we didn't intend for them to be, or maybe we did and we didn't realize it, but now we're trying to like be conscious of that.
But
so
when it's used in a comedic way that is obviously meant to be comedic, it should not be shunned.
Absolutely, because
and I think
comedy,
that's the area that we've missed.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, people still try to throw political correctness, bans and hammers and stuff down in the comedy world. I'm like, but that's defeating. You're actually like defeating the purpose of comedy if you're doing that. Because like to me, and a bunch of comedians who know a lot more about this than I do and have a lot more experience in this than I do, poking fun at ourselves and our differences in ways where we can all just be lighthearted about the fact that we're just all like we're all people. Like, I don't think that people should come down and be like, well, you said a politically correct thing in like your last stand-up special, and be like, yeah, it's a fucking stand-up special.
Right. Like when Joe Rogan said, I don't think girls should be guarding the White House.
Yeah.
That's not a sexist statement.
It's also, according to our society, not a politically correct statement.
Correct.
But I don't think it's sexist either because...
Right, because he even corrects himself. He goes,
totally,
because he doesn't think he should guard the White House either.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's met Shaquille O'Neal, and his head's where his dick is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's a perfect way to phrase that. It's just like... And that's what I like about Joe Rogan, too, is like he's super reasonable and he's
funnels.
A realist.
He's really good at taking a large idea and funneling it down into a digestible, understandable way of looking at it.
Yeah, I don't think that women should do that. I don't think I should do that either. And I'm a man bigger than most women, and I don't think I should do that because physical size is real.
Right, and
it's real.
And
like
he caught a lot of flack for saying that he didn't think that women who were men that had sex operations should be able to fight in women's UFC. He got a lot of flack. He was really like put it through the ringer for that one, but his stance was really solid. He's like,
yeah, I remember when all that went down.
I don't think they should do that because dick or pussy, they still have a man's fist.
Yeah.
And that fist can pull more torque than the woman's fist.
Absolutely can.
And that is a man beating up a woman. That is not a woman fighting a woman.
Yeah, you're genetically a man. You've been given genetic advantages physically
of
a man.
Exactly. That was his thing.
That's
and no one would listen to him because politically that was not the right thing to say.
Yeah, well, here's where that also is bullshit to come after him for saying that, because what he's not saying is that those people don't have value and that they're not real people and it's not okay for them to be those people and that they're lesser people for those things. He's just saying
in the
sport of fighting, if you begin life biologically and genetically as a man, chances are you're gonna be bigger and stronger naturally than a woman. chances are that's going to be the case, and it's not fair.
And guess what happened
just not.
when this woman was allowed to fight who was a man?
Oh, she almost fucking
she
murdered
almost
her.
murdered.
Yeah, no, she did.
Yeah.
It was a real Rocky IV moment.
Yeah.
Like, she almost fucking killed her. Like,
Yeah. She was just like superior in every way, and not because she's superior from being a woman, superior because her shoulders were the width of one of the girl's sides.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think that it's sexist to say that. I think that it's honest. And I think that if you are going to come down on someone for saying that, then you are actually part of the problem, because you're not allowing
100%.
someone to be honest about what makes a person a person.
Right, because
Like-
the thing is, do whatever you want
Yeah,
for your
whatever
body.
you want. Do whatever you want.
But if you're in the realm of sports, rules are put in place to keep people safe and to keep competition healthy.
Yeah. No, this is a can of worms right now that our society has been buried under now that it's been opened.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of progress has been made, and a lot of people have been able to feel free and feel like they are finally who they were meant to be. And like, I'm not going to say that they shouldn't be able to do that. And I'm not going to say that those people can't feel that way, or that they're wrong for trying to be who they feel like they should be. Like, and Joe's not saying that. Nobody's fucking saying that. Like, I haven't actually in my life actually heard anyone say that outside of like some crazy bigoted Southern racist. Like,
Yep.
I've actually never really heard anyone say that. You know,
Yeah, no, if you want to be gay, be gay. If you want to be a man and you're a girl, be a man. If you want to be a girl and you're a man, be a
whatever.
Be a
Like,
girl. Who gives a shit?
I think that that's the whole problem. I mean, and I have problems with like the whole, here's, again, and this is where I draw the line. I draw the line with kids.
That's crazy that you just said that, because
Yeah.
literally that's where my head was.
Yep.
And I don't know if you've seen this, but they're starting
Probably about to talk about this.
They're starting to say that pedophiles are actually
Yeah.
it's a mental disease that should be cured rather than incarcerated. Have you seen this?
Yeah, no, I have. And
Is that where you were going?
No, but like, I have heard of that. And like, this may be an unpopular opinion, but like, I'm well aware, and I'm okay with the fact that pedophilia legitimately could be a disease, but you could also have a disease that causes you to kill people. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be held accountable for what you fucking do.
Right. So I think
Like-
it's that. I think it's a disease, 100%.
Sure.
But you need to go to jail and be locked away and thrown away
just
the key.
because you didn't choose to have that doesn't mean that you still have to be held accountable for your
Right.
decisions and for what you did.
Right. Remember, Dexter still killed pedophiles.
Exactly.
Right. No,
so,
but I
yeah.
think that, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think that if you murder someone and there's a potential road to redemption, that's great. That's really great. Maybe you really do remorse. If you're a pedophile, I want you locked up and thrown away the key. I don't care.
Yeah, because
Do you agree, or is that an unpopular opinion?
I don't know. I mean, whether I agree or not doesn't change the fact that that might not be an unpopular opinion. I think the majority of people would acknowledge that anything that anyone does to a child or a helpless person
Yes.
that cannot defend themselves in any reasonable way, like, the scales are a little different for you.
Totally.
And my proof of that is the fact that if people in jail have that opinion,
Yes,
then
that's a
I
great
should
point.
probably have that opinion too.
Right,
Like, if
because-
all the other people that commit all the crimes that I'm not going to commit and fucking kill people say, hey, yeah, you could talk about criminals all you want. I am a fucking criminal, and I got together with all the other criminals, and me and all the criminals in here decided that fucking guy is worse than all of us. They're the ones that are actually doing it. So if they think that, maybe we as a
That's
society
a
should
really
go
good
like,
point.
oh, maybe
Because
I should think that
pedophiles
too.
are like the
It's like the
you put-
lowest of the
you
low,
put them
like-
you put them in a jail with a bunch of murderers. They're gonna get killed.
Oh yeah, pedophiles, rapists.
Yep.
But anything of that category,
Yeah.
like, you're going into jail. You're
not coming out. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not going to end well for you. It's just
Yeah.
going to end.
Yeah, it's just gonna end. That's a really good
so-
point. I never looked at it that way.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what I think. Maybe it's wrong.
No,
but
it's a really good point.
I just think that's a unique perspective, because it's like, these are people that are like committing murders, and like, their scale for right and wrong is clearly different from ours. And if they're saying that those people are bad, then maybe we should listen and not actually indulge this stupid fucking social movement of saying that like people are like, oh, well, it's a legitimate relationship. Like, why can't I? Be like, because their brains haven't developed yet. You are literally making them you're putting them on a fucking collision course for the rest of their life to have to deal with these problems as an adult that they didn't know what it was going to be like whenever they were a kid. That's why people grow up. That's why you go to school. That's why you have parents. That's why you learn. Like, this is not, and where I was going a minute ago before you brought that up was talking about the whole gender reassignment thing and like the gender identification thing with children. Again, if you're an adult, fucking have at it. Whatever you want to do.
There needs to be a minimum age range for that.
Yeah, and I think that, like, obviously there are for like medical procedures and like operations and things like that, but like a guardian can sign up.
Didn't a kid recently get gender reassigned? Like a kid?
I don't know.
No, I think it's like a big story.
No, yeah, I don't know. I haven't read about it if they have. Like, I'm talking about, like, there's a story of people that are like raising their kids to be gender neutral. And there's stories of kids, and my kids, I mean, like elementary school kids.
Yes.
No, and there's stories of people raising their kids to be gender neutral, and then raising their kids, and their kid decided that they identified as a girl, that they were always a girl. Here's my problem with that, is that I don't think that it's an infringement upon like a human right or a personal freedom to step in and regulate how a child is responding to something like that. Because again, if you're an adult or even an older teenager, 17, 18, getting to the point of like kind of having to take responsibility for your own life.
I think that you can make it like, 16. You can make the age 16.
Whatever. But like, I think that if you're like
a 13-year-old kid,
13, 11, 12, 9, like, dude, if you're an adult, fucking have at it, man. If you want to marry my sprinkler, I will, whatever paperwork that needs to have.
Marry the fucking
I don't
dog.
give a shit.
Gives a shit.
Yeah, do whatever you want. If you're an adult and if you're respecting other people and if you're living your life in a way.
You can marry college guitars if you want.
Dude, yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, just, again, if you're an adult, do whatever you want. Like, if you are at a point in life to where you have lived enough life and your brain has developed to the point to where you can make a reasonable decision, no matter how strange it may be to other people, it's your right to be able to do that. I respect that.
If you want your husband to dress up as Chewbacca for the rest of their life and that's what you walk around with, great.
Do whatever you want. Yeah.
But don't do that with a 13-year-old.
Don't project that shit onto kids, because what you're doing is you're saying what you're saying is that, well, we're giving them a choice and we're creating them, we're creating a free future for them to be able to like live life free from any of these. Yeah, no, you're not. First of all, you're taking any choice that they ever had away from them, because those kids are going to grow up. And again, you're putting them on a fucking collision course with all these decisions that they didn't even know were things. First of all, like, you shouldn't be projecting that shit onto kids. You shouldn't be allowing children to make decisions like that and entertaining it and letting them make those decisions that are literally going to change the rest of their lives. And someone's going to, say like, well, but you don't know, like, if that person, if they identify, we're like, they don't fucking know. That's why they're kids. Mm-hmm. That's why we don't let them do things without adults around.
Right. It is wild to me that you let kids change their genders, but you don't let them drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Right, so you won't let them drink something.
You won't let them drink.
But you'll cut off their dick.
They don't get to drive. They don't get to vote. They don't get to do anything. They don't get to serve in the military. They don't even get to pick what school they go to. They don't get to do anything without parental consent. They don't get to live their life without the permission.
Money.
They don't have anything.
Yeah.
They don't contribute to society, nor do they take from it. They're children. Like, the group of people that we as a human race decided literally did not know enough about existing to do anything on their own. You're letting them make this decision about the rest of their life when full-grown adults don't even have that figured out yet and are struggling with it. You're letting children make that decision for themselves.
I don't get it.
Fuck you. Shame on you. Like, you are ruining that child's life. If that child grows up and decides for themselves that that's how they want to live, so be it. They made that decision as an adult, as having been raised in a society by people who hopefully reasoned with them.
It could literally be that a kid has a really hard dad, and because of that, he wants to be a girl now.
Exactly.
But he doesn't actually want to be a girl.
If he does, then let him make that decision as an adult.
Exactly.
But what you need to have,
that story I read about. I read about that story.
What you have a responsibility to do is to go like, hey, you want to be a girl now? Maybe, but maybe not, and you don't even know that yet. So I want to help you try and figure out these feelings and make sure that it's not something else, because it's like,
and
if this
you're
is something else,
here, let's spend 10 years.
Yeah, if you're 7, like, and you don't understand, and your only answer is to be like, well, I just need to be a girl, like, you don't know enough about life or your own existence or emotions or anything that you've ever seen in your entire life. You don't know enough about it to make that decision.
You literally don't even know what it means to be a boy yet, because you haven't hit puberty.
Exactly.
You haven't even gotten an erection yet. So how would you even know what that means?
Yeah, well, what does it mean to be a boy? What does it mean to feel like a boy? What does a boy feel like? Like, I don't know. I'm fucking about to be 30. I don't know if I could describe to you what it feels like to be a boy. Like, I don't know what that feels like.
Strong.
And so, yeah. So can fight in the UFC. So basically what I'm saying is that, like, don't let children make decisions that are going to affect the rest of their lives, because you're guessing that they're going to get it right out of trying to be respectful for who they are, but they don't know who they are yet. Again, they're the part of the population that no one allows to do anything because they don't know anything about life.
Right, so why are we letting them?
So why are we letting them make these
no
choices,
sense, right?
when adults don't even have all of those answers
Strange,
yet?
right?
As a society, we still don't even know how we feel about it yet. This country is still divided about how it feels about people being able to do that. And that's not me saying that it's right or wrong, or that you should be for or against it, or that you can or can't do that. All I'm saying is that we haven't even hit a point in culture yet to where adults have fully unified and figured out how they want to approach that. You're letting this child make this decision. Shame on you. Fuck you. You shouldn't be allowed to have kids if that's how you're going to raise them, and let them make those decisions that are literally going to change their lives in ways that you don't know how bad it's going to be and how hard it's going to be. Like, don't do that.
Yep.
Sorry.
100%.
You're also playing into gender stereotypes and norms by doing that. By the way, if you're saying that, like, well, you know, you don't identify with being a boy, so I don't think that the gender stereotypes and norms are okay, and, like, I don't want you to play into those, and so, like, you can be a girl if you want. You're just playing the other side of the coin, and you just literally made it a binary issue of saying, like, okay, well, boy thing doesn't apply, so do the girl thing. And you're literally saying that it's not okay to say that they're doing the boy thing by enabling them to do the girl thing, but by acknowledging that there's a girl thing, you're acknowledging that there's a boy thing, and you just said there fucking wasn't, and that it's not okay.
It's
so
like
you're also creating divisiveness, ironically and hypocritically.
It's like at Planet Fitness when they have the lunk alarm, and then they...
All right.
And then they put...
Fuck Planet Fitness, by the way, man. Like,
I mean, fuck Planet Fitness, but I always find it so funny that they have a lunk alarm. The lunk alarm is supposed to go off when people drop weights.
Right.
But their whole motto is a judgment-free zone.
I know. I've seen the whole list of rules. It's like judgment-free zone, but then they're like, don't put your water jug on the floor, and, like, you can't have this type of gym bag, and, like, you can't throw weights around, and they're literally like, you can't wear, like, this type of tank top, and, like, you can't whatever.
So
and
it's
just
really
like
not a judgment-free zone.
It's really not a judgment-free zone. What it is the guy that started Planet Fitness got his ass kicked by 3 dudes who looked just like the person on that list that he said isn't allowed in the gym, and then that's how he's making all of his decisions for the rest of his life.
100%.
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
And if you say that it's not that, then I don't believe you. You're fucking wrong. Because that's what that is. You wanna know why? Because that's how people work. I'm a person. I make really shitty emotional decisions just like that all the time. That's how people
Twice
work.
on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. That's how people work. So, sorry. Like, that's just my, I just have such a huge
Hatred.
problem with that. Like, with the whole, with the kid thing, like, because I'm a parent, and so it's like,
Yeah.
it's
No,
like I have a
totally.
responsibility to, like, reasonably and logically enable my child to best navigate adulthood based on how I teach them and let them go through their childhood. And part of that is understanding that, like, yeah, whenever I was a kid, I wanted to be a fucking fire truck, or I wanted to be a fireman, or I wanted to be an astronaut, or, like, I wanted to be a sword, or you know what I mean? It's like when you're a child, your brain doesn't know what to do with all of this information.
I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah, and almost all
Sad in that I'm
almost
not.
all of the people that have ever existed can't and will never be astronauts and have never been astronauts. So it's like,
I know, it's horrible.
it sucks. But my point is that whenever you're a child, when your brain isn't developed, it doesn't know what to do with these emotions and these feelings, and it doesn't know what to do with these things that you're thinking, and these opinions, and these things that you want, these fears that you have, these concerns, these hopes, these dreams. When you're a child, your brain hasn't developed yet. your brain doesn't know what to do with all of those things, so you don't know what to do with all of those things. And that's why you have parents or someone in your life that has been there. They can help guide you through that and help you understand that. That's what being a parent is, or being a guardian, or even an older sibling or another family member that's there for that child. Like, that's what that role is to guide that child through life so that they can have the best chance at understanding what their feelings mean and what their emotions mean.
But not
and what this life really means,
not
so that
letting
they
that
can
kid
make
be
choices.
like, hey, I want to be a boy, and you'd be like, okay,
yeah, like,
cool.
oh, absolutely, you be free, be who you are. Like,
It's so crazy,
you
right?
Fucking
Think
know
about
who
it,
you
though.
are.
'Cause, like, if that same kid was like, hey, I want $1,000 to buy this like rare like My Little Pony,
Yeah.
they'd be like, no fucking way.
You'd be like, that
But,
doesn't make sense. We're not doing
But like,
that.
you want to change my gender? Oh, okay.
Right? No,
how is
I'll
that-
never understand that.
Right? Wild, right?
That's all that is parents projecting how they feel about what's going on onto their child. And if anyone says that that's not what's happening, I don't believe you. Like,
Right?
I just don't believe you. I'm sorry. Like, I can't prove that that is or isn't what's happening, but I can tell you what I believe, and I don't fucking believe that. So it's just really frustrating to me. Like, I just have a problem
Right.
with
Just
that.
be a fucking parent. Put your kid in a fucking Avengers or Captain Marvel or whatever costume. Let them run around and terrorize you. Scream at them. Belt them. JK. But just be a normal parent. Like, it's wild to me that I think that belting your kid now is like if it like you should do that versus fucking let them change their gender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that shouldn't even be a conversation. And it is, because parents are letting their kids have sex changes at like 10. How is that a thing?
I don't understand.
How's that a thing?
I don't know. I mean, here's why I know that this is an issue. A 30-year-old woman or a 30-year-old man wants to go through a sex change, and all of their friends and all of their family are going to be there for them the whole way. And even in the most
Oh, just your cord. Right there. This one right here. Yeah, it just fell.
that was so. I was just like, what? I have like PTSD from my laptop dying, like last episode, and I was like, did it just spontaneously come unplugged?
It's a gremlin. There's a ghost.
Yeah, it's a gremlins. No, I like gremlins better because you can see them and run away.
It's a poltergeist.
Can't run away from ghosts.
That's what you think.
I know you don't. You try it.
I've done it.
They're a ghost.
Yeah.
They'll just be there. That's what a ghost is.
Casper.
Anyway, what I was gonna say is that, like, here's how I know it's like bullshit that like you should allow kids to do this. You shouldn't. And here's how I know. Again, all of my opinions and all of the
Are
things
correct.
that I think. By the way, yeah, fuck you. They're correct, by the way. But also,
Sometimes it's objective. This is not.
yeah, sometimes it's the human brain, and they don't understand those emotions, and you're letting them make a decision that's going to change the rest of their life before they know what it means. So you're wrong for
should
letting
be
that happen.
manslaughter.
You're wrong for letting that happen.
Should be manslaughter.
Well, I think it should just be it's something. Some child agency should get involved with that. Like, that's unbelievable.
I just don't understand how some states are banning abortion, but not banning child sex changes.
Yeah, I don't understand. Fuck Alabama, by the way.
And Louisiana.
And
now.
Louisiana. My favorite thing that I saw. Wait, I'm gonna butcher it, and so I need to look it up real quick, and then I'm gonna continue ranting about stuff that people are probably gonna be really upset about.
No, I think we're getting at least 30 new listeners from this.
So this guy tweeted out, or this girl tweeted out. She's the headline said, Alabama governor defends Confederate monuments, saying we don't need quote unquote out of state liberals telling us what to do. And she just tweeted and goes, yeah, you do. That's literally what the Civil War was. Like, yeah, exactly. Again, you need more reasonable people who have a better outlook on the big picture of life to step in and say all of this really ridiculous tunnel vision bullshit that you're allowing yourself to get wrapped up in without actually considering what it means for the rest of humanity. You need to change it. That's what that is. And that's what it is with the kid thing, with parents. Like, it's like they don't know. So here's another layer to that.
Oh, no. Please.
Like, here's another layer to that of, like, the whole kid thing. It's like it's preposterous to me that children would be allowed to even entertain the idea of making these decisions about their future when, you know, a 30-year-old adult is going to go through this process. And best case scenario, the people in their lives are going to be extremely supportive and be there for them the entire way.
And the worst case scenario.
The worst case scenario, they're not. But even in the best case scenario of them being supportive, being there all throughout the way, encouraging them, letting them know they're loved, the reason why they're doing that is because it's a really fucking hard decision to make, and it's super emotional, and you're literally making a decision that you can never undo regarding the trajectory of your life after that.
Yep.
So that's best case scenario. You're going to let a fucking kid make that decision? Again, give me a break. Stop fucking around with the future of the people who are going to have to be in this country and lead this country and raise our future generations, and stop fucking with that because you have some issue about what somebody posted on Instagram and you're trying to prove a point through raising your child. Like, fuck you.
And get your kids fucking vaccinated, please.
Seriously, get your kids vaccinated. That's another thing that I'm not gonna like. I've hammered that on my social media.
Oh, really?
A lot, yeah.
I don't read
I've got a
socials.
lot of people reaching out to me about the vaccination thing.
It's just uneducation.
I just don't understand. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like you literally have like decades upon decades of science. You know, the thing that we all agree on does not make mistakes
Through
because it's based out of math.
empirical-
Yeah, empirical data and evidence that has been gathered over generations of the world's top minds, proving that we can eliminate preventable diseases through this tiny needle. You're freaking out because a fucking pop music star took really, really bad science out of context that's 20 years old and then made up claims about it and said a bunch of shit on social media that wasn't true and was instantly disproven. That's
Wait,
your
who
fucking
did
case? Jenny McCarthy. She's one of the really, really big reasons why the anti-vax movement got a lot of legs, because she was a very loud voice in that. And she was the one that brought a lot of that research forward.
Did she recant?
Oh, absolutely not. She's the dumbest fucking person on the planet. Like,
Oh, wow.
there's literally not one shred of proof to legitimize anything that any anti-vax person says about vaccines, period. Regarding regarding what they're talking about with it being linked to autism.
That's really annoying.
Because that's their thing. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's their thing. It's like I'm sorry. Again, even if there are side effects from vaccines, which any vaccine has, like fucking Tylenol has side effects depending on your
And
genetic
also,
makeup.
I
and your,
hate to say this, but like if 1 in 1,000 vaccines causes a deficiency, I'm really sorry if your kid's that 1 in 1,000. But I can tell you 1,000 out of 1,000 kids will have issues if they don't all get vaccinated.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Herd immunity only works if the herd takes care of itself.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right. Because that's how smallpox happens.
exactly. Well,
Right.
that's why we have.
Don't we have
kids-
malaria again in the country?
Yeah, diseases. Diseases from third world countries from the 50s are now making it to where people can't go to school.
Right.
Fuck you. Vaccinate your kids.
Yes.
Come on. Like, you're the type of, like, you go to Trader Joe's and you use the free hand sanitizer before you pick out fruit and put it in your
That's
bag.
a form of vaccination.
Yeah, do that, but for real, for your insides, so you don't kill all your kids' friends. Come on.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah. Good night. The episode went real hard. No, these are important things, man.
Yeah, people need to know.
People need to know. Well, the problem is that they do know, and they're being willfully ignorant because they don't want to be on the wrong side of the. They don't want to be on the wrong side of the social argument.
That's another thing, is that people are willfully ignorant these days, more so than I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, it takes more effort to, like, on purpose disbelieve math that was proven through science than it does to just accept it and go, all right, maybe I was wrong. Like,
People don't like admitting they're wrong, which is really sad, because admitting you're wrong is the first way you get to learn.
yeah, exactly. Well, people don't want to learn. People want to be right.
Totally.
So,
I'm excited because I think the next time we record, we're going to do the Avengers for the movie night.
oh yeah, movie night. Oh, is that the next Avengers one?
I mean, think about it. We did Captain America. We did Hulk. We did Iron Man's 1 and 2.
I was looking at our list
we
the
did
other day. I
Thor.
couldn't find it.
We've done all the movies in Phase 1 except for Avengers. Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, I don't know where the spaghetti list is. We should probably find that. Someone has it. Joyce will probably have it.
But it's definitely the Avengers.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I like the Avengers. It's going to be fun.
My favorite quote of any movie is in that one.
I think you
An
said it.
ant
Like
has no quarrel with a boot.
Yeah, right. Hang on. Does Loki say that? Yeah, it's right. It's been a minute.
Yeah, and then and then Fury goes, "You mean to step on us?" And Loki goes, "No, I come with glad tidings."
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's a
the
really
best.
good exchange. There were some really good ones early on.
Yeah.
Like really good ones.
Well, we've now gone past what I consider the some of the rougher movies.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Minus Thor 2. There's literally not a bad movie left.
But you hate Thor 2. I don't dislike it as much as you dislike it, but I agree that it's not the strongest one.
So can I say something?
So
Before we started Suicide Squad, you had a very similar reaction to the movie. 30 minutes in, you were like, fuck this movie.
oh yeah,
You're like, it wasn't that bad.
it wasn't that bad. Yeah.
And then you're like, no, it is that bad.
Oh, wait, we haven't watched Thor 2, have we?
No.
Okay.
It's that bad.
Yeah. All right. Maybe. I don't know.
But
yeah, I've only seen it once, and it was when it came out.
Yeah.
So
I've watched it a few times. I've really tried to like it.
okay, that's okay.
Cool. But yeah, let's wrap up this one.
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening to us be angry and right, but angry. And if you have any comments about anything and you want to continue the conversation, I welcome the opportunity to learn and have my perspective adjusted if need be, if someone presents.
We'll be adjusting your perspective.
Yeah. No, I want to learn. I mean, if any of my opinions are founded out of ignorance and I need to like do some more research, like I'm happy to do that.
But come with cold hard data. Don't come with hyperbole.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
come straight up and be like, actually, this study was published and it was in this medical journal and all of these professionals have signed off on it. Have you looked into this? Like, but you can't do that because none of those exist. Vaccinate your fucking kids.
Goodbye.